and I ain't gonna even get all into that today. I want to briefly address the 4xtra. In my opinion, whether that brother is in jail or whether that brother is free, that shit ain't newsworthy information. Cousin already displayed that he has no respect for his parole terms and conditions. You feel what I'm saying? When you get out of prison, homie, and you're on parole, probation, and all that, you got certain stipulations. As a gang member, the number one stipulation is you can't be in your hood, you can't be in known areas where gang members frequent and congregate. You can't be in concert with other gang members. So when the police target him and his parole officer violate him, why do y'all give a fuck about that? That's a grown man who's incapable of making grown man decisions. I done been on parole. When I was on parole, I knew that I had to move with certain limitations. My movement was limited. Some things that I wanted to do, I couldn't do because I'm on parole. If the police pull up on me, I can go to jail just for coming in contact with the police. So by any means necessary, I'm avoiding the police. But here's a brother, not only does he not parry or avoid the police, he records himself violating his terms and conditions of parole. Not only that, this brother has an electric device, a tracking device, attached to his ankle. These people know that he's a social media presence. These people also know that he slightly has a mental disorder. These people know that he's a hothead. These people know that he loves to cater attention. So they know his moves. They know what he's going to do. So all they got to do is just sit back and watch and monitor his location. I don't feel sorry for Cuz. You can't say that the police is targeting Cuz. You can't say that the police is harassing Cuz when Cuz is blatantly doing everything that his terms and conditions of parole it stipulates for him to do or not to do. That's not really newsworthy information, Cuz. Think about it like if you somewhat of a hothead, right? And you hot. We know that the police on you because it's all over social media. If you have a locator and a tracking device on you, why would you even come to Hood Day? And you know when we come to Hood Day, man, you know it's a million homies out there. We probably got 1,000,002 guns out here. Now the police is coming tracking your loc, and I'm not saying this is what happened. I'm talking about the possibility what could have potentially happened. You got on an ankle monitor. When we go Hood Day and we do our thing, homie, we try to conceal the location from the enemies and from the police. But you got a tracking device on you. So if the police want to know what Hood Day is at, all they got to do is track you. That's asinine. It's frivolous. It's dumb. But moving on, right? It was just revealed by 4Leaf himself, Westside Rolling 40 Neighborhood Crip, that it is indeed true. And it was also corroborated by some bloods, some reputable bloods, that yes, the rumor is true. It's no longer a rumor. It's facts. Munchie B did get attacked. Munchie B did get knocked out, and somebody inserted or rubbed his butthole with peanut butter. This is what's crazy, right? Everybody want to have deconstructive criticism of the Crips. Oh, the Crips is this and the Crips is that, and this, that, and that and third about the Crips. But now let's just take a second and look at the B team, the Bloods. Allegedly, Whack 100 is a snitch. These are the prominent faces of that Damu movement, that Damu blood card right now in the social media space. The biggest faces is Whack 100. Allegedly, he can't go back to his hood. Allegedly, he's a confidential informant. And Munchie B. Munchie B is a person who's being victimized by his ops, by his enemigos. And not only did they victimize him, they degraded him. They emasculated him and put peanut butter in his butt. And this is the face of the B team? Oh, come on, homie. And this ain't a shot at the Bloods, homie. This is just, everybody want to talk about the Crips, but the Bloods ain't looking too well right now either. But on a black note, homie, let's get into some blackness. Let's get into some black man shit. As black men, ain't none of us looking too good, homie. In case you all are not educated or have not been made aware of the situation that's brewing in what is it? Frisco, Texas. In Frisco, Texas, at a track meet, different high schools coming to a championship track meet. A young black boy sits under the opposing team tent. When he sits there, a football player, Caucasian, comes up to him and tell him, "You gotta move, boy. Why you up on our tent? You need to get up out of here." The Caucasian football player, he goes on to he moves in to put his hands on Carmelo Anthony. That's the young African American young man name. He goes in to put his hands on Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony gives him a fair warning inside of a stand your ground state, Texas. Gives him a fair warning. Don't touch me. See what's going on. So Carmelo, my bad. Somebody just tried to call me. Carmelo Anthony warns him, give him forewarning. Not premeditation. It wasn't premeditated. But he tells him, don't touch me. See what's going to happen if you touch me. The Caucasian boy, you know, like most Caucasian, not all Caucasians, there's some pretty good Caucasians out there. I just want to put that on the record. Everybody be so quick to say, oh, Bobby Ye's a racist and so on and so forth. Most Caucasians feel entitled. Most Caucasians feel like they are above the law. Most Caucasians feel like they are above black folks. And this is what it is. Not all of them, but most, majority, right? Whether they vocalize it or don't vocalize it, you can tell by their demeanor, their attitude towards the law and black folks, right? So let's get back into it. So Carmelo Anthony forewarns him, don't touch me. See what's going to happen if you touch me. The young man, I forget his name, he grows in and he either shoves or he grabs and try to push Carmelo Anthony after being warned, fearing for his life in a manner that I will be fearing for my life as well. Here's this guy that plays football. I believe he's like a linebacker or a halfback or something like that. So he got some weight to him. He's muscular. The little brother Carmelo Anthony, man, he's not muscular, real slender dude. So here's this guy that's bigger than you. Here's this guy that looks like he's in great physical shape, and he may be able to beat you in a one-on-one, right? He comes in, he assaults you by grabbing you after you done already warned him, do not touch me. See what's going to happen if you touch me. You're bigger than me. I can't whoop you physically, but I can equalize the fight by utilizing what I have on my person. So the guy comes in, he either pushes him or grabs him, and then he shoves him. Rumor is Carmelo Anthony goes inside of his bag, retrieves a knife, stabbing once in the chest, and he flees. That one stab to the chest penetrated the heart, and the young man, the Caucasian young man, he passed away. So right now in Frisco, Texas, and throughout other cities in Texas, there's this race debate that's going on. The white Caucasian, the white population is saying no leniency, no mercy. We want him to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Then you got the black people that's saying that was self-defense. This is a stand your ground state. He gave him warning not to touch him, and he touched him. What gave him the right to touch him? There should have been a better way of resolving that disagreement and that conflict without him taking the law into his own hands and trying to enforce the law by putting his hands on somebody that already told him, do not touch me. I don't know if y'all are aware of this situation, but it's something that you should look into. There has been several GoFundMe and other, what do you call it? It's not crowdfunding, other donation type services that has been created to donate. One of the things for the young brother raised about $200,000, but I believe it was GoFundMe or another one of those systems like that. They continue to take they're not taking the money, but they continue to like if I start and I say, oh, GoFundMe, here's a GoFundMe, or donate towards the legal fees for Carmelo Anthony, they're shutting it down. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, they adamant about seeing this young brother prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. And, you know, I'm adamant about us as a people unifying and standing by this little brother. Just like the Caucasian stood behind, what's the little dude named Cal Rittenhouse? When he stole an assault rifle, traveled across state lines with an assault rifle, and I believe shot a few people and murdered a person. That's the only time. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. But I'm gonna end it right there, man. Y'all still be blessed, man. It's your player partner, man. I appreciate y'all macking it on your kinfolk. Carmelo defending himself from aggressive. Yeah, Carmelo most definitely defended himself from an aggressive attack. What's up? Tapping in, showing support. I appreciate that, King. JG, I see you. Shorty McGriff, I see you. Apache players, blessings to you as well, King. But y'all still be blessed, man. And let's pray for proper justice for Carmelo Anthony, man. A little dude protecting himself. You know what I mean? That was most definitely a case of self-defense. But based on, you know, the suspect or the perpetrator is black and the victim is white, inside of a state to where white people's, you know, they still hold on to those Southern Confederate ways and belief systems and all that. You know what I mean? So let's pray for that brother, man. Let's live in peace before we have to rest in peace. Too black, too strong. We all we need. We all